Hello students, welcome back to our Science and Technology digital class. I hope you all have understood the lesson number 9, Social Health, and you all must have completed its question answers. Few days back, have you ever seen all these pictures on television or mobile? Yes, few days back we all have experienced the Nisarga cyclone on 3rd June 2020. Nisarga cyclone just clashed the coast of Maharashtra and Gujarat, and it has done lots of destructions in Konkan areas. Just see the pictures. Rescue and help is still going on in many areas by the government. Warning and alerts of this cyclone were given by Indian Meteorological Department, that is IMD, because of which many people were shifted to safer places to prevent the loss of life. We all were just prepared for this disaster. So like this, if we are prepared for the disaster which occurs suddenly, we can prevent and minimize its effects. This is nothing but known as disaster management. So students, we are going to start with lesson number 10, disaster management. Let's begin. In this lesson, we are going to see various disaster types and how disasters can be managed to minimize its effects on the society and so on. So what is disaster? United Nations has defined it as the sudden event that leads to the huge loss of life and property is known as disaster. These disasters all of a sudden trouble to the mankind. Words like huge and sudden are important in this definition. Mark all this on textbook page 109, first paragraph. As the disaster occurs suddenly, it cannot be predicted and hence sometimes precautions are not possible. Huge losses to the property occur due to disaster. You all must have seen the Nisarga cyclone effects in our surroundings. The life in the area of disaster disturbs totally. Just observe these pictures. Period of each disaster is not same. Some disasters are short term and some are long term. Various accidents which always take place in our surrounding are nothing but short term disasters. But the disasters like volcano, cyclone, floods may have the long term effects on the society. You already know that disasters are broadly classified as natural disasters and man-made disasters. The natural disasters are naturally occurring disasters such as volcano, floods, cyclones, storms, tsunamis, and so on. The man-made disasters which get caused by man, for example, various accidents. All these things you have already studied in your previous standards. Disasters are again broadly classified based on some criteria. Just refer textbook page number 110. They are broadly classified as geophysical, biological and man-made. Geophysical are again classified as geological and atmospheric. Geological is related to earth or land and atmospheric are related to atmosphere. Biological disasters are classified as plant origin and animal origin. Plant origin means forest fire or fungal diseases spreading in crops and so on. In animal disasters, infectious viruses, bacteria which causes pandemic situations or epidemics are nothing but the animal disasters. Corona pandemic is also a biological disaster which we all are facing nowadays, which has occurred due to COVID-19 virus. Man-made disasters are divided as unknown disasters and international disasters. Unknown disasters include poisonous gases, atomic tests, unplanned actions, that is accidents, and international disasters include war, fire, bomb blast, forced migration, terrorism, etc. So for any disaster, what are their effects? Collapsing of bridges, flooding of coastal villages, shortage of flood are some of the problems of floods. Collapsing of houses, developing of cracks in land are some of the effects of earthquake. So, there are some general effects of disasters such as loss of life, injury, damage and destruction to the property and production, disruption of lifestyle, that is disturbance, loss of livelihood, disruption to essential services, damage to national infrastructure, disruption to governmental systems, national economic loss, sociological and psychological after effect. Disasters definitely affect the economy of the nation. That effect is always relative to disaster and economy. That is, if any port is destroyed, there are long-lasting effects on economy due to huge expenses on its reconstruction. Now just refer page number 111. One activity is given for you all. In the last slide, we have seen the effects of disaster by all aspects. So here you have to complete this chart for the disaster of railway accident. You have to write the various effects of disasters of railway accident in all these aspects such as economic, social, environmental, administrative, professional, political and medical. For any disaster, there is always a nature and scope of disaster, and there are various phases for the disaster such as pre-disaster phase, which is before the disaster, warning phase, that is alerting phase, emergency phase, which will come during the disaster, rehabilitation phase, recovery phase and reconstruction phase. So, students, for some disasters like cyclone, flood, pre-disaster or warning phase is possible. But if we see the example of earthquake, it will come directly the emergency phase. There will not be pre-disaster or warning phase. Last year, when floods came in Maharashtra, people were warned for it. In an emergency situation, they all were shifted to the safer places with the help of boats. Large number of people who have been shifted were resided in some schools. All the basic facilities were provided to them. When situations became normal, again all were shifted to their villages. If their houses have been found damaged, they all were reconstructed by the government. So, the nature and scope of disaster is very, very important. Now just observe this schematic chart of proactive approach in disaster management. It comes in 3 different phases: before impact, during impact and after impact. Before impact, we must be prepared and ready for the disaster which is going to happen. In during impact, when the disaster is actually there must be the emergency situation and response for the people who have been caught in the disaster. And after the impact, that is after the disaster, there must be recovery and rehabilitation phase. So disaster is a very fast process, and disaster may be minor or major. In fact, it is an accident. And what shall we can do in such situation? That is more important. And in such situation, disaster management is necessary, which will attempt to minimize the losses. So what is disaster management? To overcome any disaster, effective disaster management is necessary. There is close relationship between disaster management and public participation. In case of disaster management, there should be an attempt to minimize the losses. Disasters are never planned, but losses due to it can be prevented in a planned manner. Just observe page number 113. Do you know? In 2014, there had been a huge landslide in the village Marin, Taluka Ambegaon, district Pune. The whole village just came under the big landslide. So after that landslide, all the people were rehabilitated and reconstructed in their new houses. And this is nothing but disaster management. And after that, the care was taken by the government that all these incidences should never happen in future. So this is nothing but disaster management. These are the objectives of disaster management, which are already given on page number 113. Just mark all these objectives, that why disaster management is necessary. So to minimize the effects of losses, that is life and property, disaster management is necessary. For any disaster management, there are always two phases: pre-disaster management and post-disaster management. You all know that from the month of March, we all are facing the coronavirus pandemic situation in our India. And for that situation, our government has already set up the hospitals and COVID test centers all over the country for the spread of infection. And this is nothing but pre-disaster management. Our government declared the lockdown situation in the month of March. So this is nothing but pre-disaster management situation. And now, slowly and gradually, this lockdown situation is releasing. And this is nothing but post-disaster management situation. So, pre-disaster management and post-disaster management situations are very important for any disaster, which can minimize the loss of property and life. Now just observe the disaster management cycle, which is given on page number 114, which shows main aspects of disaster management cycle. You have to complete or you have to write this disaster management cycle in case of disaster of earthquake in your notebook. So students, always remember, though avoidance of natural disaster is impossible, loss out of it can be minimized. However, man-made disasters can be avoided. Helping each other in the crisis of disaster is our ethical responsibility. In case of disaster, an authority has been established at the level of government. And the following flowchart indicates the function of control and coordination under the disaster management from national to village level. Disaster Management Act 2005 has been passed in our country. So students, just see the flowchart. Our Prime Minister is the chairman of the National Disaster Management Authority, who will take the decisions related to the national disaster. Our Chief Minister is the chairman of the State Disaster Management Authority. From Prime Minister, the orders will be given to the Chief Ministers. The Chief Minister will take the decisions about the state disasters, and he will pass on the orders to the District Disaster Management Authority. The District Collector is the chairman of the authority. The collector will pass on the orders to the Taluka Disaster Management Authority, and its chairman is the Tehsildar. At village level, Sarpanch will be the chairman, and he will obey the orders of the Tehsildar and will implement them in the villages. So by all these means, the structure of Disaster Management Authority, and it will work in this order only. Have you ever seen such Jawans who are helping in various rescue operations? These are the NDRF Jawans, which are always helping in various disasters. So what is NDRF? NDRF is National Disaster Response Force. Just refer your textbook page number 116. This NDRF is established as per Disaster Management Act 2005. Division of this force is working in Army. Overall, 12 divisions are there in the country. Its headquarters is in Delhi. In Maharashtra, NDRF is in action through State Reserve Police Force, SRPF. This force is to rescue work in disasters like cyclones, cliff sliding, building collapses, and etc. So, this NDRF is playing a vital role in disaster management. You may have seen such signs and symbols at many places, such as petrol pumps, petrol tankers, on various vehicles, and so on. But these symbols are ignored by us. Such symbols are very much useful to avoid the mishaps, because if you see students, these symbols are giving some important message related to our safety and security. You all know that in any emergency, before the medical help arrives, immediate help or action is done, and that is known as first aid. First aid can save any person's life. In emergency condition, various transportation methods like cradle method, carrying on back, carrying on two hands are to be followed. Those methods depend upon the condition of victim. We face different types of major or minor disasters in our daily life. Varieties of disasters like accidents, stampede, injuries in fighting, electric shock, burns, heat shock, snake bite, dog bite, fire due to electric short circuit, epidemic of any disease, etc. happen around us. Victims of disaster need to be offered some primary help before actual medical treatment. And so, first aid is very much useful in such circumstances. So students, here you can observe various pictures which is giving the emergency help. Just refer page number 117 and complete the chart which is given. This chart shows objectives of first aid which you have to complete. When we are providing first aid to the person, which things must be there in the first aid box or first aid kit are shown in this picture. So all these things must be there in our first aid kit. Just refer your textbook page number 118. It shows all the important materials which must be there in the first aid kit. To minimize the effects of disaster and to make the awareness among the people as a part of pre-disaster management, virtual or apparent situation of disaster is created to check the reaction time for any type of disaster. This is known as mock drill. Such practices are always done by NDRF jawans in the crowded areas such as shopping malls, schools, stadiums, etc. In most of the schools, fire mock drill is shown. Mock drills of bomb explosion are also shown in many places. So, by the help of mock drill, we can train the people how to behave during the disaster and what precautions must be taken during the disaster. So, mock drill is also a part of disaster management. Here are some objectives of mock drill. Just mark them on textbook page number 118. So, for disaster management, for effective disaster management, the objectives of mock drill should get followed very well.
అక్కడ లీకేజ్ చేసింది ఇదంతా కొట్టేస్తే తీసుకొని అంటే ఆక్సిజన్ కట్ చేయడం
Students, you all must have enjoyed the video of mock drill. So what is mock drill? You must all have understood very well. So always remember some important helplines for our emergencies such as police 100, firefighting force 101, disaster control unit 108, ambulance 102. These helplines may come in our need at any time. So here we have finished the lesson. Read the lesson thoroughly. Mark the important points. Thank you.